Baby, let me tell you something. When somebody laughs at you long enough, eventually God hands you the spoon to stir their downfall. Now, my sister-in-law Denise? That woman mocked every dish I ever put on a table. My mac and cheese was too creamy, my collard greens too country, and my sweet potato pie? Oh, she said it should be a crime to serve it. But all it took was one potluck, one plate, and one secret ingredient, to expose a lie she'd been cooking up for years. And trust me, she wasn't ready for the flavor of justice that hit her that night. Hey y'all, it's Auntie coming to you with another true-to-life tale of family foolishness, betrayal, and the sweetest little serving of revenge you've ever tasted. Go ahead and like, subscribe, and ring that little bell so you don't miss the next story. Now pull up a chair, grab a snack, preferably one you cooked, and let Auntie tell you how I turned a petty mocker into a public mess. My name is Lorraine, but folks call me Lolo. I'm a Georgia-born, South Carolina-raised woman in my late 40s with hands that been seasoning cast-iron skillets since I was 12. Cooking ain't just something I do, it's something I am. Food is love. Food is art. Food is memory. But Denise? Denise acted like food was a competition she never signed up for but always had to win. Denise married my brother Henry about 15 years ago. Sweet man, simple man, loyal as a Labrador, but clueless when it came to the battlefield that is women in the same kitchen. Lord, he had no idea the war zone he was dropping me into. From the very first Thanksgiving she attended, Denise decided she was the Gordon Ramsay of the family, even though the only thing I ever saw her cook was a microwaved lean cuisine. I plated my turkey, moist and golden, and she said, "Oh, you didn't brine it? I guess it's fine." Fine. My biscuits? Well, I use European butter. Baby, she said European butter like she ordered it on horseback from a duke. My sweet potato pie? I prefer pumpkin, she sniffed. And let me tell you, this is the South. Saying you prefer pumpkin over sweet potato pie is like telling a church mother her greens taste like bathwater. But see, I ain't a confrontational woman. I believe peace is a dish best served daily. I would just smile, keep stirring my pots, and let God handle her palate. But God took his sweet time. Now every year my cousin Charlene hosts a big summer potluck, one of them outdoor, everybody bring a dish, kids running in sprinklers, grown folks playing spades type events. This year was special. She had just renovated her whole kitchen and wanted to celebrate. And who volunteered to judge the dishes in a friendly little family cook-off? You guessed it. Miss Denise. I use imported pink salt, Miller. I told Charlene, why you lettin' this woman critique everybody's food when she ain't never produced nothin' but dry chicken salad? Charlene shrugged. She insisted, Lolo. Said she has a refined palate. Refined palate my foot. But I stayed quiet. Until Denise said the one thing that simmered my soul like a pot of gumbo. She said, loudly, in front of everybody, I can't wait to see what Lorraine brings. I need a good laugh today. Everybody chuckled. I stood there smiling, but inside, oh baby, the storm clouds were forming. A week before the potluck, I stopped by Henry and Denise's house to drop off a crockpot he loaned me. Denise wasn't home. But Henry was in the garage pulling down storage bins when one toppled over and spilled across the floor. Baby. Guess what rolled out? A spiral notebook labeled My Clean Eating Journal, Week 16. Now I didn't mean to invade nobody's privacy, but that notebook flipped itself open like the Holy Spirit guided it. And what did I see? Pictures. Receipts. Notes. Denise had been ordering from a private home chef for months. This woman wasn't cooking a single meal she bragged about. Every healthy, gourmet lunch she posted on social media? Made by Chef LaMarcus. Every dinner she said Henry adored? Delivered. Every signature recipe she bragged about? Stolen from Pinterest and never made by her hands. Baby, it hit me so hard I had to sit down on a cooler. She was fake. Not just petty, fraudulent. I put the notebook back, but my wheels were turning like a stand mixer on high. Denise prided herself on being the family's culinary queen, when really she was reheating someone else's work. And she had the nerve, the audacity, to mock me? Nah. No ma'am. I wasn't gonna fight her. I wasn't gonna curse her out. I was gonna let her own lie season her downfall. And all it would take was one pot. One plate. And a little helping of truth. Potluck day arrived hot and humid, the kind of weather where deviled eggs sweat before you even unwrap them. I walked in with my dish covered. People stopped me at the door. Lolo, what you bring this year? Ooh, I bet it's something good. You gon' beat Denise's quinoa salad? I just smiled. We'll see. Denise strutted in with a giant glass bowl of colorful quinoa like she was carrying the crown jewels of England. She placed it front and center, with a handwritten placard that said, "Fresh Summer Quinoa with Handmade Vinaigrette, by Denise M." I wanted to laugh right then. Because I recognized it immediately. Chef LaMarcus posted that exact dish on Instagram 3 days ago. But I kept quiet. When the judging began, Denise cleared her throat like she was about to give a TED talk. Lorraine, dear, why don't we start with yours? She said it like she expected to be entertained. I lifted the foil. Steam rose up, warm and fragrant. Inside was a rich, hearty, slow-simmered gumbo, shrimp, chicken, sausage, okra, the whole orchestra. The room fell quiet. Because everybody knew, when Lolo makes gumbo, it changes souls. Denise wrinkled her nose. Oh, looks heavy. Henry, bless his heart, whispered, baby, it smells amazing. But Denise put on gloves, to take a sample. My stomach is sensitive, she said. I almost asked, sensitive to truth? But I held my peace. She took one small bite. One. And then the magic happened. Her eyes widened. She swallowed. Then she froze. Not because it was too spicy. Not because it was bad. But because she recognized the flavor. Wait, she whispered. This tastes familiar. I tilted my head. Oh? Have you had gumbo like this before? She shook her head. No, this seasoning blend, this is. I watched her brain struggle like a Wi-Fi signal in a basement. Because the seasoning in my gumbo was the same signature spice mix that Chef LaMarcus uses. And baby. Denise knew it instantly. She stepped back and said louder. Did you use LaMarcus blend? The whole yard turned and stared. LaMarcus? Who's that? You know a chef, Denise? Her face went pale. If embarrassment was a lip color, she was wearing the full mat. I shrugged. Oh, I wouldn't know. I don't hire private chefs. I just cook. The crowd murmured like a pot coming to boil. One cousin said, wait, Denise, didn't you say you cook every night? Another chimed in, and all the meals you post, you said they was family recipes. Baby, it was spreading through the crowd like wildfire in dry grass. Denise stuttered. Hiccuped. Looked like she wanted to dive into the quinoa bowl and drown. Finally she snapped, that's ridiculous. I made all my dishes. I pulled out my phone and tapped a few times. Is that right? Then I turned my screen toward her. It was Chef Lamarcus' Instagram page. The same quinoa dish. The same bowl. The same plating. Posted 3 days ago. Everybody gasped. One auntie said, not her stealing food from the internet. Another shouted, that's why her chicken always tastes like paper. Denise snatched her bowl off the table and said, I'm leaving. This family is toxic. I said, baby, ain't nobody toxic but your lies. She stormed out, Henry chasing behind her like a lost puppy. Meanwhile, folks lined up for gumbo like it was the final meal at Golden Corral. One cousin hugged me and said, Lolo, you didn't just cook today, you cooked that woman. And I did. Legally. Cleanly. Without raising my voice. Just letting the truth do what it does best. A week later Henry called me. He sighed. Lolo. Denise admitted everything. The chef, the lies, the criticism, all of it. Why'd she do it, Henry? He whispered. She was jealous. Said your cooking made her feel small. It hurt. But it also healed something. Because now I understood. Her insults weren't about my food. They were about her insecurity. 3 weeks later the biggest shock came. Denise enrolled herself in actual cooking classes. Real ones. In a real kitchen. She sent a message through Henry. Tell Lorraine. I'm learning now. For real this time. Did I forgive her? I did. Eventually. But baby, the look on her face when that one bite exposed her whole fraudulent empire? Priceless. A Michelin star moment of pure justice. Sometimes, family won't clap for you, not because you ain't good, but because your light shows their darkness. But you don't dim yourself. You just keep cooking, keep shining, and let truth season the rest. And when the moment comes, serve their karma with a smile. If you enjoyed this little plate of justice, go on and hit that like button, subscribe, and share this story with somebody who knows a Denise of their own. I'm Auntie, reminding you. Cook with love, stand with pride, and let nobody disrespect your kitchen.